today's topic is, there is no any suspense anymore. People already commented, and it was VLAN. So now you may have question like, why VLAN? Why VLAN? Because basically our topic, like yesterday at the last session, it was a spanning tree, right? So now I want to explain you about the PVST. It is called per VLAN spanning tree. Okay, so if you want to understand PVST, per VLAN spanning tree, you have to understand about VLANs. Okay, so now this will be the topic in the middle. We'll talk about VLAN, and then we will get back to this spanning tree. So in the spanning tree, we will talk about rapid and PVST as well. So now it is required, if I want to give you explanation about spanning tree, I have to, you must have knowledge of VLAN, and that's why I'm going to start VLAN today, and then next session will be for the spanning tree, if we are able to complete VLAN in one session. So this is how the scenario is. Question, Romy, good evening. My question is, can switch break broadcast? Nitish Sharma is saying no. No, Mark, no, there is no changes in the office, like it is the same office, but just change one partition was there. So we just removed this. Today is, yesterday it was like a holiday. So we just removed this partition. So now we connected to office. So Romy is saying no. Okay. So basically the answer is no, right? Answer is no. So answer is yes also. Answer is yes also. If you are able to create VLAN, okay? If you are able to create VLAN, see. Okay, Mark is saying no, the switch can't break broadcast, right, Mark? Yes, switch cannot break broadcast. This is true. And Prakash Kumar is saying no, this is really true answer. Okay, I cannot say that your answer is wrong, but switch can break broadcast if you create VLAN. If you are able to create VLAN, okay, if you are able to create virtual local area networks into the switch can break broadcast. Now keep this in mind. Okay, if you are going to interview, okay, and if they are asking question like this, can switch break broadcast? Say no, right? Your answer is absolutely right. Okay, don't say that if you create VLAN, switch can break broadcast. Don't say like this, because if you are going, like, you are giving hint to them to ask the next question. And if you are not giving them hint to ask the new question, the interview will be over very early. Okay, so this will be good for you. So never give them hint for the next question. This is what the idea is, right? So let us start with our system, and I'm going to start our session with the whiteboard. Okay, so wait a minute, sharing. Okay, and let me open whiteboard. Okay, are you getting my whiteboard? I'm having doubt now. Are you getting whiteboard? Are you getting my screen? Are you getting my screen? Hi, John. Hi. Welcome, John. You are commenting first time, I think so. Are you getting my screen? If you are getting my screen, please say yes, because your screen is sharing. No problem. It is working. It is working. Okay. So the question is, can switch break broadcast? Hi, Nikhil. Welcome. The answer is basically no, switch cannot break broadcast. Okay. But if you create VLAN, if you create VLAN, okay, you can able to break broadcast. You can able to break broadcast. So our today's topic is about VLAN, right? So why we are using VLAN? So basic idea, or the sweetest answer is, basically if you are having a switch environment, okay, you cannot break broadcast. But if you create a VLAN, okay, switch can break broadcast. So this is what the idea about the VLAN, right? Now, let me explain you this process. Okay, let me explain you this process so you can able to understand. So I'm having one switch. Yeah, I'm having one switch. Yeah. Wait a minute. Auto correction is not working. Why? Yeah, okay, done. Now I just in the switch we have this port, right? We have this ports. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 port. I'm having 8 port switch. Okay. And now I just connected my computer with the switch. Okay. Now, this is my environment. Now, if someone asks you that, how many broadcast domain are there in this topology? Yeah, what will be your answer? How many broadcast domain are there in this particular topology? What will be your answer? Yeah. How many broadcast domain in this particular topology? Okay, what will be your answer? The question is, how many broadcast domain in this particular topology? Yeah, this is what the layer 2 switch. Okay, this is what the layer 2 switch. Yeah, this is layer 2 switch. Mukesh Bhagat is saying 8. Nitish Sharma is saying 8. Romi is saying 8. Okay. Yeah, just see the topology. You will find out the number of port. Yeah. Okay. Now think again. Okay. My question is, how many broadcast domain are there in this topology? Yeah. Question is, I'm talking about broadcast domain. Yeah. Broadcast domain. My question is broadcast domain. If you want to change answer, you can. Okay. I'm talking about broadcast domain. How many broadcast domain are there in this particular topology is my question. Okay. I'm getting answer of all this, but I think there is some misunderstanding going on, right? So, yes, Brijesh Bhai Panchal, after so many days, and today I'm getting your comment. Yeah, you are not commenting from last so many days, but basically you are sharing my post every day. Yeah. So, yeah, the question is how many broadcast domain are there, right? So basically we can say that the answer would be 1. Okay, because switch cannot break broadcast. Yeah, switch cannot break broadcast. So here we have only one broadcast domain. Okay, so when you are having like switch, like this is our switch and this is only one switch, so we can that there is only one broadcast domain. Yeah, keep this in mind. Okay, second thing, how many collision domain are there? Yeah, my question is, how many collision domain are there in this topology? Okay, how many collision domain are there in this topology? Yeah, Mohin, welcome, and perfect answer. Yeah, one broadcast domain and 8 collision domain. Yeah, because switch breaks the collision. So number of port equal to number of broad collision domain. Okay, number of port equal to number of collision domain. So we can say that 8 collision domain and there is only 1 broadcast domain. Okay, so now I want to break broadcast. So previously, like before VLAN, we have to use routers because router was the only device to break the broadcast, right? But now we have, if we have this manageable switch, we can able to configure VLAN. Okay, we can able to configure VLANs. So the idea is, if I'm having this switch, okay, I can able to configure VLANs. So what I can do, I can able to configure VLANs, like I can able to configure like these 2 ports, yeah, basically ports. So I'm saying that these 2 ports in VLAN 1, okay, we can say like color also, okay, these 2 ports will be in VLAN 2. Okay, these 2 ports will be in VLAN 2. Now these 2 ports will be in VLAN 3. Okay, and these 2 ports, like again another 2 ports will be in this particular VLAN 4. Okay, so what I did, instead of 1 broadcast domain, I want 4 broadcast domain. Why? Because if you have large number of computers, it is good to break broadcast. Okay, so I just created 4 different VLAN in this my switch. Okay, in this particular switch. So now VLAN breaks the broadcast, right? So can you tell me how many broadcast domain are there now? Yeah. Now what is the situation? There is a 4 VLAN. Okay. So can you tell me what is like how many broadcast domain are there in this particular topology? Yeah, just created 4 VLAN. Yeah, Nikhil is saying 4. Okay. Bridges by Panchal is saying 4, right? So this is really very normal question. There is a 4. Okay. So if someone asks you like, what is the definition of VLAN? Yeah. What is the definition of VLAN? If someone asks you a question like this, what would be your answer? Okay. So keep this definition in mind. Yeah, I'm speaking slowly. Open your mind and keep this definition in mind. Okay. VLAN increase the number of broadcast domain while decrease their size. Okay, this is the definition of VLAN. Okay, repeating it. VLAN increase the number of broadcast domain while decrease their size. Okay, this is what the definition. Now let me decode this definition. Yeah, previously the situation was like this. Yeah. Previously situation was like this. Okay, so number of broadcast domain 8. Yeah, number of broadcast domain was 8. Okay, and if you count that, there are 8 computers, like 8 ports in the one broadcast, right? So we can say that 8 ports, there is 8 ports in a one broadcast domain. Okay, now we just created this scenario. Yeah, we just created this scenario, like we just created this VLANs, like VLAN 1, VLAN 2, VLAN 3, and VLAN 4. Okay, so now I am having this VLAN 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what happened? Now I am having 4 domain, like 4 broadcasts. Okay, so now it is 4. Yeah, so VLAN increase the number of broadcast domain. Now it was 1, now it was like a 4, right? And it decreased it decreased their size. So now I'm having 4 broadcasts, but each broadcast domain having only 2 computers, right? So this will be the definition. Okay, if you are able to give, like, see, whenever you are going to interview, yeah, the definition and everything should be like one liner, and it must be really very clear. Yeah, if you are not able to speak effectively when you are talking about this definition, yeah, the the person can able to identify that your knowledge is like, yeah, you cannot able to speak properly or whatever. Okay, so just remember a small one liner definition of each and everything. Now again, it is done. VLAN increase the number of broadcast domain while decrease their size. This is what the definition. Easy. Now you have question like why we are creating VLAN. Yeah, so my question is, what is the advantage of VLAN according to you? Okay, what is the advantage of VLAN according to you? Okay, you have to type advantage of VLAN. Type 1, type 2, type 3, whatever you have. Okay, just type the advantage of VLAN. So first was what is VLAN. Second is like advantage of VLAN. Yeah. Then third point will be how to configure VLAN. Okay, this is what we are like. We'll go through this particular path. Yeah. So question is about what is advantage of, or what are the advantages of VLANs. Yeah. Waiting for your reply. Okay, I want to know what is the advantages of VLAN. Am I disconnected or what? I'm not getting any comment. No, my internet is working. Okay, to make network separation using L2 switch, divide one broadcast domain to multiple domain. This is what the first advantage. Yeah, the first advantage is VLAN. VLAN breaks the broadcast. This is like, we consider that this is the first advantage. Yeah, VLAN creates small network. This is, yeah. Increase security. Mukesh, this is really nice. Increase security. Why? Because when you create VLAN, yeah, you are sure that now if the PC, like this particular PC A is in VLAN red, it can able to communicate with any computers which is in VLAN B. Yeah, it is in VLAN B. But if your computers in VLAN, like if this computer is in VLAN blue now, yeah, it cannot able to communicate with C and D. So if you are creating VLAN, yeah, your PC can able to communicate with PC with the same VLAN. Okay, so your computer can able to communicate with the PC on the same network. So it will increase the security. Yeah, this is the word I was looking for. Yeah, reduce the need for lot of routers. True. Yeah, and any another advantage? Like, may you give me this hint? Yeah, it minimize the size of broadcast domain. This is really true. The third advantage would be like managing the network would be easy. Yeah. Why? Because if you have like 100 computers in the same broadcast domain, okay, it is not easy to manage the network. If you have VLAN, you can able to manage your network properly. Yeah. This is one advantage. And the fourth advantage is really good. Yeah. The fourth advantage is, any guesses like fourth advantage? Anyone can tell me? What do you think? Like, you already reading this comment. Yeah. Do not use a word like managing network very easy. Yeah. Just say easy. Kausal. Don't say very easy. Otherwise, if you are in an interview, this person will ask you, oh, very easy. How? Okay. Don't say like, make it easy. Yeah. But not make it very easy. Yes, Kausal. Okay. So the fourth advantage is suspense now. Okay. I am not going to explain you. I will explain you. Okay. I will explain you this later. Okay. I will explain you this later. So fourth advantage, I know that it is like on hold. I will explain you. Now, this is okay. If I'm having one switch, I can configure VLAN, and this is okay. Yeah. And how to configure VLAN into the one switch, that I will explain you. Okay. So my question is, what happens if I am having two switch? Like I'm having two switch. As you know that Devendra, separate communication. Yes, welcome Devendra. New, you are just commenting first time, so welcome. So let me tell you that, like, I am having two switch. As you know that there is an uplink port, yeah, switch to switch. Okay, it is there. Now I want to configure these two computers, yeah, these two computers in the red VLAN. Okay, and these two computers are in a black VLAN, and this, let me draw three. Otherwise, you will think like, okay, this particular port must be same. No, it is not. You can like, it is up to you, right? So yes, Nikhil, VLAN improve the security. Now, again, back to my question. Okay, can I do this? Can VLAN span to multiple switches? Yes or no? Can VLAN span to multiple switches? Yes or no? Yeah. Question is, can VLAN span to multiple switches? Yes or no? Prakash Kumar is saying yes. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Vaibhavi can. Yes. Okay. Good. Yeah. Vaibhavi is the first time. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. Mukesh, yes. Devendra, yes. Yeah. Yes. Good. Ningappa, yes. Super. Super. Okay. Done. So, you know, guys, like you know that we can span VLAN into the multiple switches, right? Nico, welcome Nico. First time commenting. Good. Welcome, welcome. So you can span multiple switches. Now let me assume that, uh, we have one office, right? And the office is actually 4-floor office. Okay, like this is my first floor, this is my second floor, okay, this is my third floor, and this is my fourth floor. Okay, so this is like a fourth floor of the office, right? First, second, third, and fourth. Okay, and I just have this scenario like sales people will sit over here, account people will sit over here, another people like marketing people can sit over here, and another one like we can say the R&D, research and development people will sit over here. Okay, now you are the person who is designing the network, and you have to manage the switches over here. Yeah, you have to, like, you are the person who is responsible to configure switching environment for them. Okay, so how can you configure, like what will be your planning? Yeah, like you can configure one switch, or you will configure one switch per floor. Yeah, this is like a 4-story building, so what will be your idea? Yeah, Nikhil Wag, actually I forget this IT department. Yeah, it is really true. Yeah, but okay, we are working with it, so yes. So my question is, how can you manage this particular network? Like if you are responsible to configure switch, okay, and then this is your first time, like, so how can you start this? Yeah. Yes. So Nitish Sharma is saying on every floor, right? True. Like I don't want to wait for reply. Okay. So you have to add like a switch at every floor, right? L2 switches at the second floor and lay off the cable at all floor. Kausal, don't do this. Yeah, don't do this. Like at the particular R&D department, like there is a 50 computers. Yeah, and how can you like lay this 50 cables together, right? Second thing, there is a limit. It means what? Like there is a limit for the cables. Yeah, you cannot go beyond this cable length. Okay, so this is not good idea. Second thing, you maybe don't know that. Yeah, when you are installing cables, yeah, when you are installing cables, and the cable should not turn like this is like a turn, right? So this cable should not be turned more than 2 times. Yeah, the cable should not I can say must not turn more than 2 times. Like if you are installing cable like this, yeah, in a multinational companies, yeah, they will not accept this. There are architecture who is designing this cabling and all this, okay, and they are designing everything based on the cable cannot turn more than 2 times. Yeah, do not try to use less switch. Yeah, you can use, okay, otherwise the cable will be expensive, management will be expensive. Yeah, so you cannot turn cable more than 2 times if you are working with the corporate companies and you are designing this structure cabling and all this. Okay, so like installing switch on a 1 floor or on the 2nd floor and lay off 50 cables, yeah, it is not easy. So the better is you can add cables, like you can add switch at every floor. Yeah, you can add cable at each and every cable. Oh, I'm talking about switch. You can add switch at each and every floor, right? Okay. Now, here the salespeople. Okay, salespeople is sitting over here, right? Here with this account people is sitting over here. Okay, here marketing people are sitting over here, and here we have this R&D people, right? But we are having, like in India, we are less people in R&D. Yeah, so we have just 3 people over there. The floor is open, and there are only 3 people in this particular location. Like on the 3rd, 4th floor, there are only 3 people. We have switch, and we have enough number of ports there. Okay, and there is a lots of people in the sales. So we got 2 people who is in a sales department. Yeah, but they are like a back office people. So we want them to sit over here. Okay, we want them to sit over here, right? We want them to sit over here. Now my requirement is these 2 sales guys are sitting over here with the R&D department. Okay, they are sitting over here with the R&D department, but they cannot able to access any computers of R&D department. Okay, they cannot able to access any computer of R&D department. It is in the 4th, they are on the 4th floor. They are connected with the same switch where the R&D department has connected, but I don't want that. These 2 guys can able to access any computers of R&D or marketing or any, but yes, they can able to access sales department. Yeah, they can able to access this particular sales department, right? So now if you have the fundas of VLAN, it can be very easy. Yeah, it can be very easy, because like if you have these 4 computers, okay, if you have these 4 computers, okay, configure same VLAN. Like these all 4 computers will be in a sales VLAN. Okay, and here you have 2 computers. Here we have the sales VLAN, same to same sales VLAN over here, and we will assign these 2 ports to the sales VLAN, right? So although these computers are on the same switch as R&D, but they have a different VLAN, right? So they cannot able to access any computer of R&D department. Okay, but they can able to access each and every computer on the sales department. Yeah, so when you are like, this is what the 4th advantage. Okay, the 4th advantage is the communication will be based on the user requirement, not as per the physical connectivity. Yeah, it is not based on the physical connectivity. Like I am on the 4th floor, I am connected with the same switch when the R&D is, but my requirement is not to communicate with the R&D. So using VLAN, you can able to do this. Yeah, I'm on the 4th floor, I can able to access my sales department. Okay, so the communication will be on the requirement of the organization. The communication will be based on the requirement of the organization, not based on the physical location, right? This is what the fourth advantage of the switch. This is what the fourth advantage of virtual local area networking. Got it? Understood it? Yeah. Okay, so keep this in mind, like people are not going to this type of scenario and all this, but this is what it is required. Yeah. And if you can able to explain like this, you can impress the person who is interviewing you. Yeah. So keep this in mind. This is a fourth one. Yes, port you like communication is based on the organization requirement, not based on the physical location. This is what you can say. Yeah. Communication is based on the user organization requirement, not based on the physical placement. Yeah, Devendra, got it? Yeah, good. So this is what the advantage of VLAN. Now we have another thing like how to configure VLAN. Yeah, so we will configure VLAN for the first switch, and then we will configure like I will get one switch and then we will use second switch. Yeah, so let me open our favorite packet tracer. Yes, Kausal, super. Yes, this is what I am trying to explain. So this is my switch. Okay, and let me add some PC. Yeah, this is PC 0, so I'm going to delete this. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it is like a time consuming process. Yeah, it is a time consuming process. Actually, I should make it ready before starting the Facebook Live, but sorry, I will waste your time today. Yeah, you can use controls to connect. Yeah, so see what I'm doing. This is PC1. I'm going to connect with the port 1. This is PC2. I'm going to connect with the port 2. This is PC3. It will be with 3, right? So 4 with the 4. The scenario I explain you that like this scenario, yeah, yeah, it was in a CCNA book. Maybe it is a version 2 or 3. Maybe this scenario was in a CCNA book of 2009 or 2010. I think it is before that. Yeah, this was the scenario. Maybe 2006 or 7. Yeah, if you read this, like if you have this old book of CCNA, you can able to read this scenario. It was there like 8 or 12 years ago. Yeah, so at that time, like VLAN and all this is really very important. Yeah, nowadays it is okay for our knowledge. Connected, all the computers now connected. Okay, and now let me assign IP. Okay, so desktop IP 192.168.0.1. This is PC1. Should I add default gateway? Sir, if one Nikhil is asking one question. Sir, I have one question. If we have two different manufacturer switch, so that both switch work properly in the same network, yes, it can. And see this, like nowadays there is a heterogeneous environment. Yeah, it is a heterogeneous environment. Yeah, so previously it was like Cisco must be there, but keep this in mind. Okay, keep this in mind. The best practice is if you are using manageable switch, do not mix manageable switch with the unmanageable switch. Yeah. So the environment should be like either really manage superb, like a manageable network, or it can be unmanageable. According to the Cisco best practice, you should not add unmanageable portion into your infrastructure. Okay. So like if you are getting support from Cisco, and if the Cisco find it out that, okay, this is like unmanageable switch you are using, okay, the Cisco will give you like, okay, if you have this unmanageable switch, we can solve your problem on a best effort basis. Yeah, we cannot give you guarantee. So the answer of your question, Nikhil, is you can able to mix environment, but do not mix environment with the unmanageable and manageable. Okay. So do not add Cisco switches with the D-Link switches or TP-Link switches. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to use D-Link, you can use, it is good, but you have to use manageable switches. Okay. So yeah, now my question is, is there any requirement to add default gateway over here? Yeah. Is there any requirement to add default gateway over here? Yes or no? This is what the scenario is. Scenario is in front of you. Okay. Just asking, like, should I need to add default gateway over here? Yes or no? No need to add default gateway. No. Yes. Good, 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 good. Yeah. Okay. So now do not need that. So not adding this. Okay. Let me give IP address 0.2, 0.3. Make sure that you are on PC number. Like if it is matching, it will be easy. Yeah. 0.4. Vaibhav is saying we should add. No, because if you are adding it, what would you add? Like we don't have router. Yeah. So if we have router, okay, if we have router, we need to add this default gateway. Otherwise it is okay. Like this computers can able to communicate without routers. Okay. So no need to add default gateway over here. Seven. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. Okay, just configure IP address of all this PC. Now let me go to the command prompt and I'm going to ping. This is my PC1. Yeah. Are you getting this? Like, is it okay? I think fonts are small. So wait a minute. Font. Where is the CLI? Yes. Not big user of packet tracer. So yeah. Okay. Is it visible font? Yeah. Now let me ping. Ping. I'm on PC1. So I'm going to ping 192.168.0.2. Getting 0.3. Getting 0.4. Yeah. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Thank you, Kausal. 11. And 12. Right? So they are able to communicate with each other. No need to worry. And it is okay. This is good. Why they are able to communicate? So let me go to the switch. Okay. And then click CLI. Okay. So the first thing is you are using Cisco switch or router, the command like the way you configure command, the modes, privilege mode and users mode and everything remains same. Yeah, but there is a command difference. Like for switch, we have a different switching command. For routers, we have different command. Yeah, but the way you configure routing and switching like you have router or switch, the interface is almost same, right? So now I want to verify this, like how they are able to communicate. So the give command show VLAN. Okay, so when you give this command show VLAN, you will get detail like this. And here we have one VLAN. Okay, one VLAN, it is called default VLAN, and all our ports are assigned in this particular VLAN. So now basically in the Cisco, the default is a default VLAN 1, and all the ports, like if you have 48 port, if you have like a whatever, the ports will be there in the default VLAN. Okay, so we have this switch and all the ports are VLAN 1, so they are able to communicate with each other, right? Done. So now I want to create VLAN. Okay, I am already having VLAN 1, so I will utilize this. So I will create VLAN 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is a VLAN 1. We will assign all this, like all these computers in VLAN 1. So 1, 2, 3 is already there in VLAN 1. So I'm going to configure 3 VLANs. Okay, so go to the switch. Okay, give the command config T and give like VLAN. Yeah, you can able to create 121096 VLAN. We'll talk about this. Sorry, 12104094. Yeah, but if you count, this will be a 4096 also. But okay, this is what we have VLAN, right? So now I want to create VLAN. So I can give the command like VLAN 2. You will be in the config mode, and now you have to give name. Like it is up to you. If you want to give name, you can. Otherwise, it is okay. So I'm going to give name like name CCNA. Okay. So now I'm having one VLAN, and the name of the VLAN is a CCNA. Okay. I'm going to exit and click like give command show VLAN. See this, we have this VLAN 2 CCNA. But now like this VLAN is not useful until we will assign any port. Okay. So VLAN 2 don't have any port right now. Okay. VLAN 2 don't have any port right now. So let me configure VLAN first, and then we'll talk about like how to assign port. Okay, so I'm going to give another VLAN, like I want to create another VLAN. So VLAN 3. Okay, and the command would be, yeah, VLAN 3 and name. I'm going to give like name CCNP. Then, yeah, if you want to go give the command from inside, you can, but I don't want to create any confusion for you. So VLAN 4, name CCIE. Right? So exit, so VLAN. So now we have this VLAN, CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE. Yeah, but if you find it out, there is no port over here. So these VLANs are basically useless, right? So we want to assign port. So how we can assign port? So we have this 1, 2, 3. It is already in VLAN 1, and we don't want to change this. So I'm going to port number 4. Okay. So you have to go to the port number 4 first, and the command is int fa0/4. Okay. The first command is you need to give is switch port mode access. Okay. Switch port mode access. Now this command, you use this command. You should use this command. Okay. Maybe someone said that you should not use this. Like you can assign the port directly to the VLAN. You can do this, but Cisco best practice is saying you should configure your port as access first, and then you can assign VLAN to that particular port. Okay. Now maybe you have a question like why we are doing this. What is the command of like what is the meaning of this command? Okay, I will explain you this. Don't worry about this, but this is the best practice that I am telling you. Okay, give first command like switch port mode access, and then give command switch port access VLAN 2. Okay, so now my port number 2 will be in the VLAN 2. Do so VLAN, yeah, sorry, port number 4. So now my port number 4 is in VLAN 2. Now this particular port is basically, we can say that it is isolated, right? It cannot able to communicate with others. Why? Because this is the only port which is in VLAN 2. All other ports are in VLAN 1. Okay. So let me give them company. Okay. So give command int fast ethernet 0/5. Okay. Switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 2. Okay, verify this. Do so VLAN. Yeah, so we have this fourth and fifth port in the VLAN 2, right? And other ports are in VLAN, like in the default VLAN. Okay, so this is what right now the scenario is. Okay, let me go to the port number 6. Okay, going to repeat same command, switch port mode access, and yeah, switch port mode access VLAN 2, right? So 4, 5, 6 in a VLAN 2, right? So now I want to verify this. Okay, so go to the computers. I am on PC 1, okay, and I'm going to ping PC 3. Can I able to ping, guys? Can I able to ping, yes or no? Yeah, ping PC 3. If you want to show scenario, you can, like I'm going to switch, and here we have this. Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, this is what the structure of VLAN right now. Okay, this is what the structure of VLAN now. And can I able to ping? Yes, Nikhil, learning should be step by step. Yeah, I cannot jump directly. Yeah, I cannot jump directly. We'll talk about multiple port, don't worry. Yeah, so Devendra is saying, okay, we can able to ping, right? Because the question, like answer is very simple, because 1 and 3 are in the same. Yeah, sir, which switch mode access means? Yeah, this is a secret, Moin. I will explain you this, maybe not today, but tomorrow you will able to understand that. Okay, tomorrow you will be like, not tomorrow, for next Tuesday you will able to understand it, and I will remember this, don't worry about it. Yeah, because by default whenever you go to the switch port, it is not the access port. So I have to explain you that there is a dynamic auto, dynamic disable, and all this. Like there are many type of switch port mode. Okay, so I have to explain you all this. So right now I'm concentrating on how to create VLAN. Yes, Moin. So I will explain you this. Yeah. So yes, we can ping PC3, right? But we cannot ping PC4. Why? Because PC4 is not in the same VLAN as my VLAN, right? Now, if I'm going to PC4, yeah, if I'm going to PC4, like I'm on PC4, right? And can I able to ping 192.168.0.5? Can I able to do this? Like, what will be the result of ping? I will get ping, yes or no? Can I able to get this ping? Can PC4 able to communicate with PC5? Yes or no? Yes, we can, right? Because these PCs are in the same VLAN, right? So this is how we can able to configure VLANs, and it is like we also verify this effect, right? Now, if you want to configure VLAN to multiple port, you can. You just need to give interface range. Okay, if you configure interface range, fast Ethernet 0/7-9. So what would happen? Like I am going to configure all 3 port together. Yeah, I'm going to configure all 3 port together. So if you want to go to the many ports, like if you can configure interface range command. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 is there in the VLAN 1, 4, 5, 6 is in VLAN 2, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I just configure interface range, fast Ethernet 7-9. Okay, so here we have this a different prompt, config if range. If you are finding range, it means you are configuring multiple port together. Okay, give command switch port mode access, and give command switch port mode access VLAN. Yeah, it will be in VLAN 3, right? Now I'm going to configure 10, 11, 12, right? So 10 to 12. Okay, and the command is switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 4. Right? Let me verify this. So VLAN. So we have this 1, 2, 3 in VLAN 1, 4, 5, 6, VLAN 2. 7, 8, 9, VLAN 3, and 10, 11, 12, VLAN 4, right? So now I don't think I need to verify this. You guys know this, right? So if I'm going to ping C1, yeah, I'm able to ping 2 because this PC is in my same VLAN 2. And then if we talk about VLAN 3, right? So this is how we can able to configure VLAN into the switch. But this is really very easy, like very simple process. Yeah. Good. Okay. So now we done this into the single switch, right? We done this into the single switch. So what about multiple switch? Yeah. What about multiple switch? So let me go to the scenario again. Yeah. See, I am having one switch. Okay. And this is what my second switch. Okay. These two switches are connected using uplink. Okay. And now I'm having red VLAN. Okay. In this particular switch is like switch 1 and switch 2 and blue VLAN. And here I'm having green VLAN, right? So now question is like this PC is a red VLAN. Okay. It is A. Now I'm having another PC is in VLAN 2. Okay. Now my question is, wait. I have to draw one more PC. This is what Y and Z. Yeah. Okay. So my question is, can A able to ping Z? Can A able to ping Z? Yes or no? Can A able to ping Z? Yeah. Can A able to ping Z or Z, whatever? Yeah. Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Very good. Easy. Yeah. Don't need to worry about it. Okay. No. Nikhil Wagh is saying no. Mohin is saying no. Nitish is saying no. Very good. Very good. Easy. Easy. That. Now my question is, yeah, my question is, this is switch 1. Yeah, this is switch 1. This is switch 1. And this is switch 2. Okay, this is switch 2. So in the switch, like this is switch 1. So now this PC is sending data. Yeah, this PC is sending data. Now this particular switch 1 having the detail, right? This particular switch 1 having data. Okay, this is port number 1. The data is coming from this particular port. So this PC is in a red VLAN. Yeah, this particular switch 1 knows about this. Why? Because switch having this port number, like switch knows that, okay, admin configured this port number 1 with the red VLAN, right? Now this switch is sending this data to this particular switch 2. Yeah, this switch is sending data to particular switch 2, right? Now how do you know, like how this switch will find out, like how switch 2 will find out this data is from red VLAN? Yeah, how it will be find out, like see, this port is in red VLAN. Yeah, but this is a detail of switch 1. Switch don't know that with which port of that particular VLAN is connected on all this. So this switch is getting the data from switch 1, right? But how switch 2 will identify that, yeah, this is from red VLAN, or yeah, it can be from the blue VLAN. Okay, and now switch don't know that from which VLAN this is coming from. Then Nikhil Wagh is saying using VLAN ID. See, Nikhil, switch 1. Yeah, switch 1. is connected with the red VLAN. Okay, so switch 1 knows that this is with port number 1, right? This is okay. Now this, if this computer is sending the data to Y, yeah, it will not send it to Y, because switch 1s know that, okay, this is VLAN 1 and it is going to VLAN Y, which is not with the same VLAN. Yeah, yes. Required to configure trunk port which allow VLAN over a trunk port. Both switch will maintain some table of VLANs. Vaibhavi is saying, yeah, this is how I am going to remove your all this misunderstanding. Yeah, yeah. One person said VLAN ID. Yeah, Nikhil said VLAN ID. Yeah. So what happened over here? What happened over here? Right. So when A will get data, yeah, when A will get data from this, when switch 1 will get the data from A, yeah, it will find it out, okay, this is from red VLAN. This is from red VLAN, right? Now, switch knows that I have to pass this data to another VLAN. Like, sorry, I have to pass this data to switch 2. Yeah. So whenever it will forward the data to switch 2, yeah, whenever it will forward the data to switch 2, it will add VLAN ID over there. Okay. Look, switch 2, this is the data from my red VLAN. Okay. So do not pass it to another blue or green. Okay. So whenever the switch 1 will forward the data to switch 2, at that time it will add this VLAN identity. We can say that VLAN identification, right? So switch 2 will find it out that, okay, so this is the data which is coming from red VLAN. So I can pass, like I will verify this. Okay. So now this data is going to this blue VLAN. The switch 2 will restrict that. Hey, you don't go there because your switch 1 is saying me that you are from VLAN red. So you can go through VLAN red only. Yeah. You are not allowed to go through VLAN blue and green. Yeah. So whenever you are configuring 2 switch, or we can say that more than 2 switch, yeah, you have to configure the switch with the trunk port, and we called it, and whenever you configure trunk port, we have to configure VLAN identification method also. Yeah. Previously there are 2 methods, but right now we have only one. It is called 802.1q. Okay. Now what is this 802.1q? How to configure, and how to configure VLANs between, like if you have more than 2 or 3 switches, that I'm going to explain you tomorrow, right? So if you have any question, you can ask. Yeah, and I gave you one homework for the spanning tree, and there is only one person, yeah, Kausal maybe, or his brother. Yeah, so I got just only one reply. Okay, and that's why I'm not going to disclose this particular matter. Yeah, I'm not going to disclose this particular matter. So it is a suspense, and maybe whenever you will go to the interview and someone asks you this question, so you will be in problem. Yeah. So I'm going to complete my session. If you don't know about which question I asked you, you can go to previous video, watch this video. Again, you can give answer. Yeah, this is online. So it is up to you. And if you will send me one message like, yeah, I want to find answer, and I will get like result, I will explain you it tomorrow. Yeah, on the Tuesday. So thank you very much.